Hello, and today we're going to talk about a plant that's called Monstera deliciosa. This plant is considered to be one of the best indoor plants, just like the Calathea orbifolia, which I showed in my last video. This plant is also one of the easiest plants to take care for. The Monstera deliciosas have leaves that give a tropical vibe, which are beautiful, vibrant green slit leaves that can grow up to 2 feet wide. And if we're talking about the whole plant, it can grow from 4 to 8 feet tall. It depends on the amount of light it gets and the pot size. On the size of the pot, it depends on the size of the plant because it shows how much space you need to give the roots to grow. Even though growth can slow down because it barely gets enough sunlight, it doesn't mean to put it in direct sunlight. It can handle it, but sooner or later, the leaves will start to dry. That's why it thrives better when it's in indirect sunlight. If you leave the plant too long in the sun or it's too intense, it can start to scorch the leaves and it will start to turn brown and yellow. Did you know that unlike the Calathea orbifolias that can purify oxygen, this one can purify toxins as well. So not only does it purify more air, but it purifies toxins. Through photosynthesis, they release oxygen during the day, improving air freshness. That's why it can purify air and toxins. But at night, it stops photosynthesizing and does light respiration, like the other one. Monsteras absorb volatile organic compounds, VOCs, such as formaldehyde, benzene, and trichloroethylene, which are common indoor pollutants from paint, furniture, and cleaning products. And in watering, this plant isn't picky because it can have tap water. Unlike other plants that need to be purified water, this plant can handle this type of water because it can handle the chemicals it has. This is another plant that doesn't require a lot of attention also. You just need to water it every 7 to 10 days in a warm weather and every 10 to 14 days in a cooler weather. The way you check if it needs watering is the same as usual plants. You just stick your finger 1 to 2 inches in the dirt, and if it's moist and it sticks to your skin, it doesn't need to be watered yet. But if it's dry, it's time to water. It's much less sensitive than the orbifolia. It's much more forgiving to overwatering and underwatering, and can handle more sunlight. And don't forget to check for root rot, just like the other plants. If it drains too much water, the water stays in the tray and it'll start to rot, and the plant will start to die. And before you ask, no, this plant isn't skin friendly, and they definitely aren't pet safe either. While they look stunning in your living room or the bedroom, the Monstera deliciosas contain calcium oxalates, which can cause some serious irritation if your cat decides to take a nibble or if you're pruning them without your gloves. I love the look of these plants, but they're definitely not like a plant that you should always touch without gloves if you're deciding to cut the leaves or things like that. But it's perfectly safe if you just touch the leaves when you're cleaning them or something like that. But make sure your pet doesn't bite them, or when you're pruning them or cutting them, make sure you don't touch the sap. And if you do, just wash your hands.